Yo, what's up, broskies? I just wanted to talk about Anchor, the free distributor. There's embedded creation tools that let you edit and record your podcasts anywhere, right from your phone or your computer. Plus, it'll automatically distribute your podcasts everywhere, which includes Google, Apple, Spotify, and Opencast podcasts. Don't forget this part. With no minimum listeners at all, you can make money just off of doing sponsorship spots within your podcast. It's all you need, dude. It's an AIO. It's all in one. Broski, what are you waiting for? Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. See you in the next episode. Welcome to the Local Cast Podcast, episode dose. Thank you for joining me today on this solo podcast occasion on the great February 11th, 2020. Hope you enjoyed that last episode, just giving a brief lowdown on everything. It's 7:41 here in Michigan Eastern Standard Time. So going back from Central Mountain and then Pacific time, that would be 6:41, 5:41, and then 4:41. So difference in time. Anyway, so today's topic, I wanted to get into this because low key, just kind of makes me want to throw a chair out of the window every single time it's brought up. The Detroit Lions. I'm from Michigan, of course, and we all know the Lions suck. They've never been to a Super Bowl. The closest they got was a 1992 NFC Championship game when Barry Sanders, the best running back of all time. I'm not saying that because he's from the Lions. I'm just saying that because statistics-wise, he is the best in history, best running back. Anyways, they went up in the NFC Championship game in '92, and they got blown up by the Redskins. If we would have won that game, we would have gone to the Super Bowl against the Buffalo Bills, who at the time were a good team, but they weren't as good as the Lions were. So we probably would have won the Super Bowl that year. That's the closest we've ever gotten. I'm pretty sure that was also our first and, as of now, our last NFC Championship game appearance. Since then, I think we won one playoff game since, and we've been to the playoffs about six times since. The last time we were in the playoffs was 2016. We got second wild card. No, we got first wild card. We were 10-6. And we ended up losing first round against the Seahawks 26-6. And it's always been bad because this team's been around since 1934, and they won 4 or 5 NFL championships before it was called the Super Bowl. And so basically, and in this year it didn't get any better. We finished 3-12-1, tying in our first game 27 each against Arizona in Arizona. Which, if you didn't know, they had the first overall draft pick in last year's draft, and they got Heisman Trophy winner Kyler Murray, which from Oklahoma University, and it's the first time in NFL history the first round pick was back-to-back years. The first overall pick was a Heisman Trophy winner of the same position, which was QB, from the same school, which was the University of Oklahoma, because the year before that was Baker Mayfield to the Browns, because they went, was it 0-16. Then they get Baker Mayfield, then they turn around 7-8-1, and they finish this year 6-10, fire Freddie Kitchens, and now they got the dude from, where did he come from? I don't know, they got some new coach. I think he came from the Vikings. I think it was the OC from the Vikings or something like that. Anyways, I think it was a pretty good move. Anyways, getting off track here. Getting back on track, the Lions. So they went 0-16 in the 2008-2009. The 2008-2009 season. Then that was the year that we drafted Matthew Stafford. Right after that, we drafted him, and it hasn't gotten better since. Matthew Stafford got us to 2 playoff appearances, not winning a single one. But it's not entirely his fault. I think it's basically just the fact that our ownership is actually like, I envy the Browns ownership right now, to be honest with you, because at least they're making smart decisions. When it comes to the Lions ownership, Martha Ford, she's like literally a dog that has severe autism could know the difference between a good team and a bad team. This woman cannot see that with her own two naked eyes. She wouldn't. She would probably look at the Patriots right now and be like, "Hmm, I'm pretty sure they're kind of decent, right? Didn't they go like 9-7 last season or something? Make the second wild card." This woman would not know a good team. It literally got a hammer and smacked it right on her face and made an indent. Made her face look like a freaking indent. This woman, literally, she's not built for this. It's so bad to the point where when on on the Instagram account for the Detroit Lions, the official one, when they posted "Happy Birthday" to our owner Martha Ford, they disabled comments because they knew that, yeah, your owner is it's kind of bad. It's your owner's really kind of bad. So it's no bueno. Our situation is no bueno. Um, Hashtag tank for Tua. Am I right? Um, or in this case, now it's hashtag crumble for Chase. Because basically we have the third overall draft pick. Second overall goes to the Redskins, who we also lost to, who went 3-13, got it by just half a game. I wanted the Redskins to win Week 17, but they ended up losing against the Cowboys in a close game. Cowboys, despite winning, the Eagles won, and they took the division and went to the playoffs. So the Cowboys were sent home. Anyways, first overall draft pick, which was actually rumored to be traded to the Panthers, but it ended up not happening. Is the Bengals, of course, or the Bungles. Basically, they went 2-14. Yeah, I'm surprised I thought they were going to go 1-15, but somehow they got a second win. So basically, this is my second favorite team. If you want to hear about the Ravens massacre of this season and like the ups and downs, mostly ups, and then it came crashing down, you want to check out episode 0, which is a YouTube exclusive. You're gonna have to go on the YouTube channel for that one. Basically, like I don't know what to do here in the first round, because it's like we got rid of Ziggy Ansah the last off season, and we've been in the need of a new defensive end since. And I think getting Chase Young from Ohio State was a great thing to do. Well, is a great thing to do, but at the same time, it's like the Redskins also want him. But it's like when it comes to Chase Young, it could go either for the Redskins or the Lions, which I'm hoping it could be for the Lions. But if we don't end up getting Chase Young, I think a great backup is Tua Tagovailoa from I think I said that name right. QB from Alabama. Joe Burrow, Heisman Trophy winner, QB from LSU, who won the national championship this year for Louisiana State, is going to the Bungles. Most likely, there's like a 97% chance that he's going to the Bungles. And it's like it could go either way, but like a great backup would be Tua Tagovailoa, QB from Alabama, because like despite him being injured for like and not playing the last like 3 games of the season. But I think he still played the bowl game that they went to. He is a great QB. Because at first, for the first 7 games of the season, it was Miami going 0-7. They finished 5-11. I think that their coach had a strong case for Coach of the Year, but the Ravens coach John Harbaugh, love that guy, Coach of the Year. But I still think that Mike Tomlin from the Steelers, who got them from like a 1-4 start to like an 8-8 finish despite not making the playoffs, I think he had a strong case. But anyways, no, I think that the 49ers coach, despite losing in the Super Bowl, I feel like he should have been Coach of the Year because he got them from 2-4, not 2-14, 4-12 last year to a 13-3 record. So. But anyways, I think like he's a great quarterback, but it's just like when it comes down to Matthew Stafford, these past couple years, he's failed to capitalize on huge potential. We've had big potential. Calvin Johnson. I cannot emphasize that enough. The greatest wide receiver and the second best offensive player ever in Lions franchise history. And they literally, basically, symbolically crucified this man's career on a burning cross. They literally had everything handed to them on a silver platter. Okay, on a silver platter, spoon-fed them. Spoon-fed them like just basically the best wide receiver in the league since Randy Moss. And I am telling you that right now. Okay? No. Best wide receiver since Jerry Rice. And I put that out there. Okay? Okay. Well, at the time, it was the best. Best wide receiver right now since Jerry Rice is Michael Thomas, of course, for the Saints. Because he won Offensive Player of the Year and joins Jerry Rice as the only two to actually do that. And also, Michael Thomas has the receptions record. He broke some wide receiver from like the early 90s, late 80s, from the Cowboys. I don't remember his name, but anyways, yeah, just the best wide receiver at the time since Jerry Rice, and they just literally just threw it away. The best they did with him in their career was a 10-6 record, making the playoffs, getting laughed at, and getting like catapulted out of there faster than an asteroid from the asteroid belt hurling towards Earth, just zooming. Okay, it's pathetic. Okay, Chase Young, going back to Chase Young, defensive end, I think it's a great pick because it's something that we need. Because on our offense, we have something special. We have potential that's not being coordinated correctly. And after going from 9-7 to 6-10 to 3-12-1 in the past 3 seasons, that's kind of a laughing stock. Basically, Chase Young is 6'5", which is 6 foot 5 inches, 1.96 meters, if you want to get technical. 265 pounds, 120 kilograms. He's just a powerhouse. This guy, powerhouse. 20 years old, born in April 14th, 1999, which is the same birthday as my sister, which is pretty ironic. But basically, this kid, just in total, just in 2019 alone, 32 solo sacks, or not sacks, sorry. Yeah, that'd be insane. 32 solo tackles, 14 assisted, total of 48, and tackles for loss, he got 10.5. Sacks, he got 16.5 sacks in 2019, 117 yards, and then he forced 6 fumbles, none of which he recovered, but he did force them. He's never gotten a fumble recovery in his career. 68 solo tackles, 30 unassisted, 98 on total, 31 tackles for loss, 30.5 total sacks, 197 yards lost total with 8 forced fumbles, 1 in each of his 2017, 2018 career, and then 6 in 2019. This kid blew up in 2019. All of his best stats are in 2019, except for one, and that's tackles for loss, because in 2018 he got 14.5, 2017 he got 6, but 2019 he got 10.5, so he got 3 less tackles for loss. But other than that, this kid blew up like Nagasaki in 2019, and it's great. It's great with something we need. Because this kid, if you don't know Nick Bosa, defensive end, got picked last year, and he's with the 49ers. Rookie, he could have been a Super Bowl champion in his rookie year. That would have been insane. This kid got picked 2nd overall, and because Arizona went 13-3, and then the 49ers went 4-12. So this kid gets picked 2nd overall, and this kid is amazing. So I see, and if you know Nick Bosa, you know exactly what I'm talking about. His brother, I think, is an offensive lineman for the Chargers. I forgot what his name is, what his first name is, but it's something Bosa. But anyways, so this kid is the next Nick Bosa, and I say that passionately. That's just something we need, because this kid got voted first team All Big Ten. Okay, I'm a Michigan State fan, and I know this kid's from OSU, but hey, I gotta give this kid props. It's something that the Lions need. So, in 2018 alone, first team All Big Ten, unanimous All American, the Smith Brown Defensive Lineman of the Year, the Nagurski Woodson Defensive Player of the Year, the Chicago Tribune Silver Football. He gets the Bronco Nagurski Trophy, the Ted Hendricks Award, and the Chuck Bednarik. What are these last names? Bednarik, the Chuck Bednarik Award. And that's in 2019 alone. 2018, he got second All Big Ten. 2016, he got USA Today High School All-American. And then he's a two-time Walter Camp Award National Player of the Week. So this kid, he's something to be looked at. But also, you got to take this into effect. November 2019, he was suspended for 2 games for getting an unauthorized loan from a family friend. For his first game after returning, Young recorded 3 sacks against Penn State. And he ended the season with 16.5 in total, which broke the single season record that was previously held by Vernon Goldston in 07. But like this kid, when he gets suspended, he still comes back and he backhands you in the face. It's like, geez, this kid's a powerhouse. But it's like, when you look at his suspension, it's not like a drug violation or something. It's just something just kind of dumb. Like, yes, he should have been punished for that. Like, it makes sense, the 2-game suspension. I don't think anything more or less 2 games is a good suspension for getting a third-party loan. But like, it's not something that would be like looked upon and be like, oh, it would be like frowned upon or something. I think that it's just one of those things where it's just be like, yeah, this kid made a mistake, but the kid before and after is still a powerhouse, something that any team would be lucky to have. Even a team in the NFL who has the best defensive end game in NFL history would still love to have Chase Young, because Chase Young is just one of those players that you cannot reject. He played in the 2017 Cotton Bowl Classic in December, and then he played in the 2019 Rose Bowl. They did not make a bowl game in 2018, I believe. High school, he attended high school at the DeMartha Catholic High School in Hyattsville, Maryland. So he's going into the draft as a junior. And he was majoring in criminology. It's pretty neat. But what's funny is that his number on the field is 2, and he might get drafted 2nd overall by the Redskins, maybe 3rd, hopefully. But it's like, if that doesn't work out for us, that's okay, because we got Tua Tagovailoa, which was supposed to go to the Miami Dolphins on a bunch of mock drafts. But it's like, as like a 7th pick overall. But it's like, is it though? Because I mean, it's like, Ryan Fitzmagic, as everyone calls him. Ryan Fitzpatrick is, yes, he throws kind of quite a bit interceptions, but I mean, even on rushing and passing and just overall just being a QB, he's a good QB. He's a great QB. So I don't know. Lions might go for that. So for the first 5 weeks headed into the bye week was week 6. First game, we had a 27-10 lead headed into the 4th, and we ended up tying 27-27. I never seen the Lions tie before, so that was new to me. And then 2 games after that, we go on a 2-game win streak. We 2 back-to-back away games. We beat the Chargers. We beat the Eagles in kind of a close game. We start off the season 2-0-1, undefeated, and I'm like, I've never seen them undefeated in the first 3 weeks. And then they lose their first game in Kansas City, and I'm like, okay, and this makes sense. Kansas City is a good team, and plus, you know what? They could have won that game. They could have improved to 3-0-1. The only reason why they lost was because it was they were up by 2. Okay, 33 to no, they lost by 2. They lost 33-31. They were up by like 4. Yeah, they were up by 4. So we had to stop them 4th and 8 on their own 40, right? Or not on their own 40, on our 40. If we stopped them there, game end, right? We could have just needed the ball a couple times, made it 2nd and 12, and just end the game right off the clock, right? No, we literally, all we had to do was stop them at 4th and 8. We let Patrick Mahomes rush for 10 yards. He got an extra 2 yards on top of that, got pushed into the out of bounds, and ended up throwing a game-winning touchdown to Travis Kelce, that we all know, tight end. Great player. My favorite tight end is from my favorite team, the Ravens. Mark Andrews, favorite player on the team. I want to get a jersey of him. I have a military themed hoodie that it also has Lamar Jackson on the back of it, so it's pretty cool. It says Jackson with the number 8. And it's a jersey plus a hoodie, so that's pretty cool. But I want to get an actual the black Ravens hoodie, not hoodie, jersey of Mark Andrews. That'd be pretty cool. Anyways, so and I'm like, okay, first loss, whatever. We're going up against the Packers. And my dad's like, ugh, Aaron Rodgers. Because if you're a Lions fan, you just hate Aaron Rodgers. It's nothing against the guy. It's more of just his ability to literally send you home crying after watching the Lions game. And he's been in the league long enough to where it's just this guy has won playoff. He's won playoff games, and he's won one Super Bowl, which was the Packers' third Super Bowl in 5 Super Bowl appearances. Anyways, basically go up against them. I'm not even going to explain the BS that occurred during that. You're going to have to just look up that Lions-Packers game from week 5. Just do it. You're going to see the officiating in that game was that of literally Helen Keller calling the game. Helen Keller calling the game, running around in circles, not knowing what's happening, and her being like, oh, legal hands to the face. Trey Flowers, 47 billion yard penalty, automatic first down. You know what? Just give them the free touchdown because the Lions defense in fourth quarter, we all know, falls apart like the Leaning Tower of Pisa will in about 100 years from now. But anyways, it went bad. You just need to look it up, okay? Packers fans were upset about the officiating, and they still won the game. Lions fans, we all know how their reaction went. Literally the whole country. If you're a football fan, then you knew what happened on there, and everybody knew it. ESPN knew it. Sports Center knew it. All the sports podcasts knew it. I knew it. My dad knew it. Everyone in Michigan who was a sports fan knew it. If you knew what the Lions were, that didn't have anything to do with etymology, well, guess what? You knew it. You hated it. Everyone hated it. It was literally just an abomination to your eyeballs, and nobody wanted to see it ever again. But anyways, also, I do not like anybody with the last name Crosby. Okay, I'm also a Winks fan, of course, and right now we're the worst team in the league. But anyways, okay, Sam Crosby, Sam Crosby. We'll get to him in a second. Sidney Crosby plays for Pittsburgh Penguins. Cannot stand the Penguins nor Sidney Crosby. So yeah, don't like him. And then Matt Crosby, the kicker for the Packers, don't like him either. Will I ever have him on my fantasy team? No. Young-Ho Koo, kicker for Atlanta. He's a sleeper kicker. So next season, try to go for him. Or Justin Tucker or Will Lutz. Those are the top 3 kickers in the league. Will Lutz, Justin Tucker, Young-Ho Koo. Anyways, also the only Asian player in the whole league from my knowledge, because I've never seen another Asian player. And I was like, wow, this kicker, let me look at him. I looked at him previous 3 games, and I was like, I'm going to add this kid. This kid was a dark horse as a kicker. This dude was great. So after the bye, everything fell apart. We only ended up winning one more game after that against the Giants. Of course, it was the Giants. But the only games that we really technically lost, in my opinion, was the last 2 and against the first matchup against the Vikings. Because all the other games, we won those games offensively. It's just defensively, literally within the last 4.5 minutes of the fourth quarter is when everything started falling apart. And that's the only reason why we lost, is because it's late in the fourth quarter. But offensively, we won all those games except for the 3 that I mentioned. So really, our record should have been 12-3-1. We should have gotten 3rd seed in the playoffs, or 2nd seeding at the first round bye. We probably could have gone to the divisional round. NFC Championship, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, that's what I think. Let's see how much time we have left here. Okay. So I'm going to run this out for about five more minutes. It's not a big topic to talk about because everyone knows that the Lions suck. They so so 57. There hasn't been a Lions championship, and so they haven't. They won the last time they won was in 1957, the NFL championship. So it's 2020. So if I do the math correctly, 63 years of pure agony. Yeah, 63 years. Pure agony. Pure agonizing pain to everyone's pupils in their eyeballs. Literally, I would have more euphoria for in living for 63 years and have my eye sockets removed or have my eyeballs removed from my eye sockets. That's how much euphoria I would feel contrary to watching the Lions. But yet somehow me and my dad get like just thrown in front of the TV and end up watching it. Even preseason. And the year that we went 0-16, we went 4-0 in the preseason. This year in preseason, we went 1-3. We won the second game, lost one the first, third, and fourth match. Anyways, last topic before I start like punching people for no absolute reason, just because I cannot stand this topic, but it's just kind of a filler. You know what I'm saying? Cornerback Darius Slay. I said corner, like the corner of a room. Cornerback Darius Slay, not quarterback. Cornerback basically just like it's kind of like a safety, but it's different because you got safety slash free safety, and then you got cornerbacks and defensive backs, and then defensive ends, and like all the other guys are kind of like more to like front lines, but like all the other guys, defensive backs, cornerbacks, and safeties. I'm going to talk about those guys because the safeties and cornerbacks, safeties kind of guard area, like an area. Cornerbacks guard wide receivers and tight ends, and more of like a receiving type running back, like Mark Ingram the second, or like Christian McCaffrey. But like, and then defensive backs kind of just go for the bigger guys, like receiving running backs and tight ends, while cornerbacks kind of do tight ends, but like mostly wide receivers. Now, cornerback Darius Slay, um, uh, I mean, according to CBS Sports, posted 4 hours ago at the time of recording this podcast, he hints that he wants to be the highest paid cornerback in the league, which makes sense because this dude has been with us long enough to the point where it's just like, I mean, he kind of deserves it because he's like our best player on the team. And so I heard there's been rumors going around about us trading him. And if that happens, I'm not watching the Lions anymore. Even if we got Chase Young, even if we got Tank for Tua, even if we literally got Tom Brady, I'm not watching the Lions anymore because Darius Slay is an asset to our defense. And if you get rid of him, we might as well just throw our defense out of the window and just like put it in a bag, poop in the bag, light it on fire, and set it in front of the president's door, and then get shot as we're running out. Because that's what it feels like if you trade away your best player for literally probably getting like third and fourth round picks for like some crappy like running back that you're going to get in the future. It doesn't make sense. It won't make sense if that happens. And I swear if that happens, I'm going to go to the Lions organization and I'm going to have a fit in front of them and I'm going to go bam, 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 and like throw someone out a window. Anyways, okay, so if we go to, I'm going to look up Darius Slay right here. I'm so lucky that I got a second monitor here so I can like kind of work more. This dude's 29 years old, exactly 6 foot. He's been married since 2018. His number's 23. This dude was born New Year's Day. He's only 29. I mean, he's a Pro Bowler. I mean, this year he was in the Pro Bowl. So yeah. It's just like this dude's just so good. It's just like this dude's been with us since 2013. And it's just like one of those things where it's like, just don't. Because if they do that, then it's just, Well, anyways, this has been the Local Cast Podcast, episode dos. talking about the Lions. Don't forget, you should look up Glover Quinn in that crappy trade. I don't feel like talking about that. I hate the Lions at this point, so I'm gonna stop talking about them. This has been episode 2. This will be put up on YouTube, Spotify. Make sure to listen on the Anchor so that you can help me out money wise. I'm going to be setting up a Patreon. Hopefully, I can open up a bank account and get some money going through. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for Friday. I got some fun stuff going on there for the podcast for Friday. So, yeah, I'll see you then. And I'll see you in the next episode, broski.